Hello and welcome to this side of YouTube. My name is Nikki and today we are designing some sprites. I'm going to be 100% honest here, but I don't really know what these things are called, the things that people put like at the bottom of their YouTube videos while they're like making art over here or something. Here's some visual reference from what I'm talking about. Like these things right here. I'm just gonna call them sprites for now. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I want to turn all these expressions into this style. And this little character is like a caricature of myself, I think. Now, honestly, this is just an excuse for me to get used to drawing chibis. Since I suck at drawing chibis, my anime days of drawing chibis and trying to replicate them are behind me, and I have forgotten all that I've learned, and I'm kind of embarrassed, but it is what it is. From what I remember, the base of this character was probably a circle, I think. Like a circle here, and then the little chin. Maybe I could probably look back in my files for this, but I'm too lazy. And then eyes here, no nose, and a cute mouth. Okay. Okay, this is the thing is, I know how to, I think I could get by drawing it like with like these sort of expressions, but I'm not really used to drawing exaggerated expressions with characters or like at all. So this is going to be a learning process. Okay, something along the lines of this. It's kind of messy. And if you guys haven't noticed, I'm trying out a new way of recording, editing for these type of videos where I'm doing designs, because previously I would just do designs where it's just a speed paint, and I don't think that is fair, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but you don't really get much of the design process when it's just me drawing the finished illustration when I've already done all the design research and all of the work that goes into it, and all you're seeing is just a speed paint. I don't think that really, in my opinion, counts as me showing you design. I'm gonna do some basic sketches of the expression I want before even solidifying anything, just to make sure I have the bases right. Ooh. I don't know if I like this face shape. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Now you see, my problem with this is that they look different. I think it's the basic face shape. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the vibes they're exuding are so different that they make them seem like different characters. I have no idea, but what I'm first gonna do is make a basic, whatchamacallit, head shape. And what I'm thinking is we have a square, and then the half line is gonna be the eyes. This is what I did for this one. This is just a square. And I'm gonna try to put this expression on this head shape and try to put a process to it. I don't know. I'm trying to make it more easy for me to adapt the head shape to different expressions. You see, the proportions of this are already wrong. It's too stretched out. It's too long. The head shape is too long. So when times get rough, I usually study my piece of reference and see that if I make a head that large, around this size would be the eye line, so about halfway. And then the nose would be like, implied nose of course, would be like right below it, and then the lips would be higher than I usually put them. Alright, let's try it again. So halfway like that, and like that. That's the center line. Let's lower the opacity of that, add a new layer, and then try to get out some details. So the eyes would be here, but I think I need to make the eyes even larger. Maybe something like that. Exaggerate it. Then here, the eyebrows are kind of close to the eyes, closer than I usually would put them. Now to make it look more chibi. Let's go out with the cheeks, the cheekies, and then no, that's not the vibe I want. That's not what I'm looking for. Maybe I went too ham. I don't like this mouth. I really don't like it. Oh my goodness. I know a lot of artists have this style where they make their mouths go like in hearts like that, and I adore that. I think that is the cutest thing ever. I'm kind of trying to emulate it and introduce it to my own style, but I don't know how to do that. I think I might need more than one reference for this. I really do. Okay, so here I've opened up another reference for me to use at another angle that'll be easier for me to be able to judge what I should do. I have given in. Let's see, how did I... Yes, apply. I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to deconstruct these already drawn cute chibis and trying to make them my own. Okay, so there's a slight point in the chin, but it's not too obvious. And then the hair covers the rest. That's probably why I did such big hair, so that I wouldn't have to worry about the rest. All these half erased lines that make it look like I have wrinkles. I think this was one of the earlier drawings I did in that episode. It's probably why it looks a little bit different from this one right here. I find that if something is a little weird, the best way to counteract that in a very simple way, especially for the sketch, is to just transform it and to not be afraid to just completely screw it over. I got cute little sharp canines, just like IRL. My teeth are abnormally sharp. It's kind of concerning, but that's okay. A cute little band-aid. This hair is not making any sense, but then again, when does my hair ever make sense? And then something like this, except the eyes, looking at the one on the right this time, like this one, looking at the eyes, they're much smaller, thinner, narrower. Adjectives, am I right, folks? You know, I tried to do an animation for an intro once. It did not work out, which is why you didn't see the video. With this character, the thing is, it's just so hard for me to draw the same thing over and over and not get tired of it, you know? Okay, so this is a good first try, but I want to try to simplify it more to get these sort of shapes. I want it to be as simple and cute as this, but it's not, and that's what I'm trying to fix. Okay, so now let's try it again. Dude, I'm recording this and I'm like, how am I gonna edit this down? There's gonna be so much footage of me just talking about whatever, and I have no idea how I'm gonna record this. I mean, how I'm gonna edit it. Something like that looks good. And then for the eyes, chibi eyes, never good at them. I draw my eyes, I want to draw my eyes bigger, like in my style right now in general. But I always have this bad habit of drawing my eyes like human-sized, which isn't bad, you know? If that's your style, good on you, you make it work well. But for me, I want something less realistic, you know? More stylized. It's kind of my vibe, especially with my comic work. I want to make my stuff a little more stylized, but it's hard, man. It's hard out here, and this face shape ain't looking right. It's looking too angular. I need more round shapes. So let's X that out. Let's try again. Maybe I'll start with a circle and then do what I've been doing lately. That's how I start all of my other sketches off. And let's make this the eyes. We want the eyes to be a little further down than they usually are. Okay, I see. This is working out a little bit better. I don't really like using circles these days. I think I talked about this in my other video. I don't really like using circles to build up form because they aren't really what I like, you know? When I talk about like how I build my form, you see, actually wait, screw that, screw whatever I'm talking about. I like this face shape. This face shape, best face shape. And I know that it'll look good with hair since I know how to draw the hair pretty well. So I'm just gonna try to replicate that. Okay, but what I was saying about building up face shapes, I don't, you know, when people do this, that's, oops, this, when people do this, like, I vibe with it, but it's not what I'm looking for. Like, they put the nose here. Do they put the nose here? I put the nose there. And then they put eyebrows, I think, and then the eyes. See, very realistic. Animation, very realistic, but it's not what I like. I like my faces to be a bit more, not that. I don't know. It's nothing, the end result, you can still get the end result doing it in a different method. I guess I just am somebody who likes doing it differently. Like, rather than the whole jaw, chin situation, I like to round it off and then I'll sculpt out my jaw and chin, because I think it's a way for me to get away from using the crutch of the animation, the pointy animation that I used to do a lot. So maybe that's why. I'm trying to psychoanalyze myself to figure out why I do the things I do and how to do them better. Okay, I kind of get how this is working. Okay, so basically they look, yeah, these two look kind of similar. Like, if I were to add the eyes, nose, no, the eyes would be too far up. Oh wait, okay, if I were to add the eyeline, eyes, and then mouth. Okay, the vibe is similar. The vibe is sort of similar, and I think I figured it out. So basically, the steps to drawing this that I can figure out is circle, curved, and then the next step is circle, and then like around this point, almost to the edge, I curve in and then create the chin. But I need to make sure that this is round. Make sure that this is round as a circle, because if I make it pointy, it'll be more, it'll read more masculine, I guess, which is not a problem, but it's just not this. And what I want is this. Here, let's experiment with another expression rather than that dull eye expression. One thing I'm trying to work on in my art is pushing my expressions. I might have already said that. Who knows? Who knows? But I feel like, especially if you're making comics, that it helps to be able to push the expressions on your character, especially for comedic effects, since I want my comic to have some like comedy, some punchline, some goofs and gags. I want to be able to use faces in the best way I can to tell the story and get it across. I say that this one right here is a little more squashed, while this one is a little more tall. And that's an easy fix. That's a real easy fix, especially when it's still in its sketch form. I can just squash it a little and then I can bring it to make it a little bigger. I'm hoping through doing like videos like this type, I can get better at talking while drawing. And now you can see the progression between this and this and then this. I hope you can at least. You can see that this is totally not what I'm looking for, and these are getting pretty darn close. Here, this still needs some work, but I'll figure it out. And while I design, I like to see what my thought process is, how it changed, like from these two sketches right here to the current ones, especially with the face shape. I feel like my current face shapes are like a lot more defined and not as sketchy as these, which is good. It means I'm learning. Let's see, so now we're going on to the final-ish sprite designs, I guess. And we're gonna do it the same way we've been doing it. First, we're gonna try out this bubbly look, and then I'll see if the first sprite goes well, and from there we'll just do like maybe one more. All this design work makes me tired, and this video I'm not even doing much design work. It's just me trying to figure out how to do the same thing more than once, which I mean is respectable. It's a necessary skill, especially if you want to make like comics or something. Goodness me, when am I gonna stop talking about comics like 24/7? Sheesh. Now another good thing, like a good eye can spot when you've already made a mistake before you continue. And I'm not saying that my eye is like super duper good. You know, my artistic eye isn't like the best thing you've ever seen, but I've learned over the years to be able to tell that, hey, I did not do good. This is awful. And fix it before it gets even worse. But you know, a really good artist can fix it before it even happens. Wait a second, I already messed this up. Oh my gosh. You see what I was saying? A good artist can fix it before it even happens. I was using the wrong face shape. Because, you see, I went through all the work of saying how this isn't what I'm looking for and it's more of this sort of situation that I'm looking for, and then I went ahead and did this instead. You know, one of the things I am the worst at, especially like with art and stuff, is drawing large. I like my itty bitty drawings, thank you very much. I cannot draw big for the life of me, especially like paintings, like traditional stuff. I am so not good at traditional art when it comes to drawing large or drawing at all. Not gonna lie. Traditional art is a special beast. It's a special being. Like, there are things that are easier in traditional that aren't as difficult as they are in digital, I mean, where, for example, being a perfectionist. In digital, it's so much easier to zoom in and zoom in and zoom in without seeing the larger picture, you know? But then in like traditional, you can zoom in. So it's a little bit easier to hold yourself from making details that people won't see, because there's a limit to how many details you can make. I'll make one more expression after this, and I'm just gonna use this as a base because I am tired, guys. I am tired. So yeah, I can use the same base to make the character a little different. And you know, I feel like going on a bit of a tangent from like character design things, I feel like a lot of artists don't make full use. Maybe saying a lot is generalizing too much, but I feel like there's like a stigma against using resources that are available to you. Like in art, like people say references are cheating, which is so stupid. Like, if you say that, you're not stupid, it's just that you should educate yourself, maybe. But using references and stuff like that, like using the transform tool or using digital art, it's not cheating, because even if you do have like the tools, the quote-unquote cheating methods, that doesn't make your art good, you know? You have to be a good artist to make your art good, which should be pretty simple to get in concept, but some people don't get it, and I don't get why they don't get it, because having fancy stuff does not make you a good artist by any means. And like me, like how I'm using like my previous sketch to make a new sketch, I bet you that there's somebody out there who thinks this is cheating, but I'm not talking about this specific example, I'm just saying that in general. Like, some people say, oh, I don't like to use references, and like some people might be against references because they think it's cheating and stuff. You know what, I'm not gonna get into that. It's a whole thing, but if you think it's cheating, then don't do it, but don't stop other people from using the resources that they have available on hand to make their lives a little itty bitty easier. Okay, so I finished with that expression. Now this one is pretty much finished. I'm gonna go to line art, and usually I'm not a person who has one sketch layer and just does line art, but these are simple enough, maybe, that I won't need another sketch layer. Okay, so using symmetry tool to make our lives easier. And honestly, I don't use this brush too often. I just wanted to try out new brushes. What is the stabilization of this thing? This is like next to nothing. I want to work with art that has like super chunky line art, but I am too much of a wimp. I want to make art that has like super duper clear and clean line art, but that stuff's hard, man. I know Clip Studio has a vector tool, and I've heard good things about it, especially from comic makers, that the vector tool is so good and the vector tool is so great. I can't believe I didn't use the vector tool before. Stuff like that, you know, basic. And I want to try it out too, not gonna lie, but dang, it scares me. You know, vector, I've never been a person who has done vector in my life, and it seems like an advanced art skill that I have yet to unlock. Something like that. I don't think this is the best work I've ever created, but it surely isn't the worst, so I'll take it. The hair, it's the hair for me. It's the wonky hair. Oh no, I haven't used the reverse tool. What's it called? The tool that makes your art look bad after you do it. The reflection tool. This whole time. I'm kind of worried. Not gonna front. Let's reflect this sucker. And it doesn't look too bad. Goody. See, this is why my line art never looks good. I think I'm good enough with one sketch layer, and I am not. I have made a grave error in my planning. I think this pen has a lot of potential. And it's one that I made, by the way. Not to flex, but I do know how to make my own pens in Clip Studio Paint. So, next things next, it's this one. My phone, I recently turned notifications on. I am not one who usually turns notifications on, but it keeps on making these computer sounds. Like the boo-boo-boo, you know? I don't know how to explain it, but it's a notification sound that's usually found on computers, but it's like sounding on my phone. It doesn't sound right. It makes me angry for no reason. How are you guys enjoying this type of video? I know I can't be like as hyper. Is it hyper? I can't be as super duper like full of energy as like my usual voiceover, since I'm kind of trying to concentrate on drawing while I'm talking. So I don't know what you guys prefer. Do you guys prefer real time, where I am speaking and talking like this, where I'm just kind of like chill, trying to make sure that I don't royally mess up on my drawing? Or do you prefer the speed paint sort of thing, where I talk about literally whatever rather than like the design process? I don't know. I don't know. I think as I go, these videos will get better. Like, even if you prefer the speed paints, that's fine. That's really cool. It means that you like my content enough to even have a preference. Preference? One of the two. It means you like my stuff enough to care about which one you like more. And I've done my job well if that is true. But the main reason I'm asking is because I will still do these types of videos, like where I'm drawing in real time, and the speed paints, because they're both fun. They've each got their own merits and drawbacks, like literally anything else in life. But I think it's cool to switch it up a little, you know? in videos like these, I get time to walk you guys through my process. I should probably copy the hair from the previous drawing. But as I was saying, I get to walk with you guys through my process. I get to show you what I'm thinking in real time, because whenever I do like the speed paints, I always forget what I thought while I was drawing, not gonna lie. And then I just end up ranting about whatever. And that's cool. I think that's cool too. But sometimes I wanna tell you guys about what I'm thinking while I'm drawing. If that makes sense. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Whew, oh, I'm still working on trying to speak a lot more. I am a person who gets really tired after talking, especially about like excitedly about things I like for a long time, because I put all of I'm like really energetic. I don't have the sense of mind to stop myself or pace myself, which is usually what happens during these videos. Is at the beginning I'm super high of energy, ready to go, and then I use up all that energy, and then I have to focus on actually drawing, and I get quieter and quieter and quieter since I really don't know how to do this, but I'm trying. And I think if I weren't the ones making these videos and I were to find somebody else who made these types of videos, I'd watch them. I'd watch the heck out of their content, because this is like prime time drawing type of content time. That doesn't make any sense, but go with it. It's like these are the type of videos where people are like drawing in real time, drawing while talking, that I watch when I need to draw myself and I just want some background noise there. Okay. Oh, I think it looks cute. This is probably my favorite. The chin's off though. It's too long. Isn't it? I think it is. Let's change it up. Let's switch it up. So how are you guys doing? I'm doing well. School started, which is why I haven't posted in like a month. But are we surprised? No. Not really. I've been working on the comic, you know. It's always good to hear. I'm actually, don't tell anyone this. This is spoiler territory. But I'm actually starting thumbnails. Like today. Today I finished I finished my script a while ago. I was just too scared to start thumbnails. I finished a lot of things a while ago. I'm just too scared to continue. But I'm gonna do some basic thumbnails and color studies later today after I film. And then I'm gonna do thumbnails, and I'm super excited. And I'm thinking about doing a video about me working on thumbnails, or like a comic series, like a comic work time series. I'm thinking of saving that once my series is a little bit more complete, so that, you know, I can like do episodes where I'm working on actual comic pages rather than just doing like doodles that you can't tell what's what, you know? I think it might be more enjoyable to know what you're actually looking at. But I'm the type of person who enjoys watching people work on thumbnails, even if I don't know what they're drawing, because I'm watching them for their like voiceovers and them talking about the process of making comics. I don't know how many people are like that, but maybe I'll just make it for myself so that I can watch while I'm doing thumbnails and other comic processes. Oh yeah. Okay, now I'm done with this. Let me add some colors and I'll be right back. Y'all have no idea how long it took for me to figure out what color I wanted this little bandage to be. It took too long for my liking, honestly. Too long. I think, I don't usually like using like pure white, but I think sacrifices need to be made. It just looks better. There are people who do these cool like gums for their teeth, and I want to be one of those people so bad. I want to be able to draw cool gums and make my teeth look cool. but I cannot, for I do not possess that skill. I was planning on making more sprites than this, honestly. Kind of ashamed that I only had time to make these two. It's not like I don't have more time, it's just that I'm tired. I really adore Clip Studio Paint. The buckets. The buckets are probably one of my favorite features of this program, and might be the best paint bucket tools I've ever had in my life. They are so good, y'all. I swear, I would give my life up for these paint buckets. Give myself some blushies. I never grew out of that phase where I put blushes on literally anything, because it just works, y'all. Blushes just, you see, the artwork is just now 50 times better because of the blushes I added. I believe in blush superiority. I'm trying to like see how people do, like there are certain things in comics that people do that I don't know how to explain this. Like how people decide where to put the speed lines, or where they put like these like sweaty thing, like the little sweats, how they implement that, because some people may do what I just did and go lighter like that, or some people may use a darker color to make them sweat, or some people might just use like pure white to make like it exaggerate, to exaggerate it, you know? I don't know. Especially speed lines, I'm trying to study some comics and see how and why they do the things they do and why they work. As I go on, I figure out comics is just a lot of studying, which isn't bad because it's pretty much just reading comics. Okay, I like the way the blue line art looks on these. You know, at this point, I feel like I can do chibis, which is something I'm super happy about because, you know, I feel like it's a cute little thing to add in like art, comics, whatever, like cute simplified character designs. I'm a sucker for that. And now that I can just draw them a little bit better from this video, I think that's good. It's a good thing. Now, if this were me like a few months ago, I would have probably gone all out and done like all this shading, all this like complex stuff. But today I am not me from a few months ago. I think it looks cute just the way it is, and I really like this one. This has stolen my heart, you know? It's a little narcissistic, but I love this. Oops, my precise. I love this. Okay, and you know what? That's a good, I think I'll make this my profile picture actually, you know? The old one, she's gone, she's dead. No one likes her anymore. This one though, we love her. Actually, you know what? I said I wouldn't do anything extra, but like, let me live. I wanna, if this is gonna be my profile picture, I might as well go out a little bit more. I know I see people doing these like cool hair strands over their line art, and I want to do that because I think it looks cute. And okay. You see the vision. Do you see the vision? Like that. And then let's make one that's like silver. Maybe that's overkill. I think gold just works. I think gold just works by itself. You see how this video has diverged from me making sprites to me trying to figure out how to replicate my chibis, to me replicating my chibis. And instead of making them sprites, I make one of them my new profile picture. You see, that's what we love to see. We love to see this progression into something that it wasn't supposed to be in the first place. Thank you for watching this mess of a video. Hopefully editor Nikita makes this work somehow. I still don't know how I'm gonna make it work. And I hope that you enjoyed watching me trying to, I hope you enjoyed me trying to make my sprites and then doing whatever the heck I want. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you want to, I guess, if you enjoy what you saw. And here are the end results side by side. I probably already have them up on the screen. I have no idea what I'm doing for this video. Stay hydrated, and hopefully I will see y'all very soon. Ciao!